have you ever looked at someone wealthy and thought they must be smarter than me, or luckier, or maybe they just started with more money? Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the time, it's not about being smarter. It's not about taking crazy risks, and it's definitely not about winning the lottery. It's about something so simple, most people ignore it, and by the time they realize it matters, it's already too late. That thing is compound interest, and once you truly understand how it works, you'll never look at money the same way again. Let's be honest about how most people think about money. We think in straight lines. If I save $100 a month, I'll have $1,200 a year. If I invest $1,000, maybe I'll make $100 profit. Everything feels linear, predictable, slow, and because it feels slow, we delay it. We tell ourselves, I'll start saving later. I need more income first. Right now, it won't make a big difference anyway. And this is where the biggest mistake happens. Because compound interest does not work in straight lines. It works like a snowball rolling down a hill. At the beginning, it looks small, almost pointless. But over time, it becomes unstoppable. The problem, most people quit before the snowball gets big. Let's break this down in the simplest way possible. Imagine you invest $1,000. After 1 year, you earn 10%. Now you have $1,100. Nothing exciting yet. Second year, you earn 10% again. But now it's not just on your original $1,000. It's on $1,100. So you earn $110 instead of $100. Now you have $1,210. Still doesn't feel life-changing, right? But here's where things get interesting. Every year, your money earns money, and then that money earns more money. It's like your money starts working, and then hires more workers, and those workers hire even more workers. Now, fast forward. After 10 years, your $1,000 becomes about $2,600. That's nice. But after 20 years, it becomes about $6,700. Now we're talking. After 30 years, it becomes over $17,000. Same $1,000. No extra effort, no extra deposits, just time. This is the part most people completely underestimate. Compound interest doesn't just grow your money, it accelerates it. Slow, then faster, then explosive. Now let's make this even more real. Imagine two friends, Rahim and Karim. Rahim starts investing at age 20. He invests just $100 a month and stops at 30, so he only invests for 10 years. Karim starts at 30. He invests $100 a month all the way until 60. That's 30 years of investing. So logically, Karim should have way more money, right? He invested 3 times longer. But here's the twist. Rahim often ends up with more money. Why? Because his money had more time to compound. Those early years, even though they felt small, became the foundation for massive growth later. Karim worked harder. Rahim started earlier. And in the world of compounding, starting early beats working harder. Every single time. Here's the deeper idea most people miss. Compound interest is not just a financial concept. It's a psychological battle because our brains are wired for immediate results. We want quick wins, fast progress, instant rewards. If we don't see results quickly, we lose motivation, and that's exactly why most people fail with money. In the early stages of compounding, progress feels invisible. Saving $100, earning $5, it feels meaningless. Your brain says, this isn't worth it, so you stop. But what your brain doesn't see is that those small, boring steps are building momentum. Compound interest rewards patience, but human psychology resists patience. That's the real conflict. The people who win financially are not necessarily the smartest. They're the ones who can tolerate slow progress without quitting. They understand something powerful. The first half of the journey feels like nothing is happening. The second half feels like everything is happening. But most people never reach the second half. Practical takeaway. So what should you actually do with this? First, start early. Not when you feel ready, not when you have extra money, now. Because because time matters more than amount. $50 invested today is more powerful than $500 invested later. Second, be consistent. Compound interest loves repetition. It doesn't care if the amount is small. It cares that you keep going, even when it feels pointless, especially when it feels pointless. Third, stop focusing on short-term results. If you check your progress every week, you'll feel discouraged. If you zoom out over years, you'll see the magic. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it and trust the process. Fourth, protect your time. Every year you delay, you're not just losing money, you're losing the most valuable ingredient in compounding. Time is not just important, it's everything. And finally, understand this simple truth. Compound interest is not about getting rich quickly. It's about getting rich inevitably, if you respect it. Ending. So the next time you think it's too small to matter, remember this: wealth is not built in big moments. It's built in small decisions repeated over time. A small investment today, a little patience, a bit of consistency. That's all it takes to start the snowball. Because one day you'll wake up and realize it's no longer small. And by then, it won't feel like magic. It will feel obvious. The real question is, will you start early enough to benefit from it, or will you understand it only after it's too late?